guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2025 Honda Accord SE.
And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Alex.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Accord started off as Honda's compact car back in 1976. Moving up to the mid-size segment for 1990, part of the 4th generation, and sticking to it through the 11th generation that you see here with us since 2023. For 2025, the Accord adds this all-new SE trim that we have here, sitting a tick above the base LX, replacing last year's EX trim as the more loaded gas model for the Accord, featuring black 17-inch rims, window trim mirrors, and shark fin style antenna, as well as a 10-way power driver's seat inside, heated front seats, dual zone automatic climate control, and a power moonroof. All for a base price a tick over 30,000 bucks. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So as far as exterior styling, really not a whole lot changes since 2023, outside of this being an all-new trim level with black contrast all throughout. Black headlight housing, LED headlamps with a high and low beam, LED daytime running light, black gloss black grille, Honda badge housing our advanced safety features, flat black for the lower part of the grille, for our intercooler for this 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder, and active shutters here for the radiator. Functional airflow in each corner, no fog lights, but a beautiful white metallic paint color. I'll leave a link right here to show you exactly the name of it. The wheels are specific to the SE trim. We get these black Y-spoke 17-inch rims wrapped in Hankook Kinergy GT all-season tires. The dimensions are 225/50 R17s. The 50 series sidewall should be thick enough to keep the ride quality super plush, and the 225 wide tires, we'll see if it's enough to put this 192 horsepower turbo 4-cylinders power to the ground. We get some gloss black for the front lip and rocker panel side skirt area, but all body color trim for the window trim, black contrasted mirrors, black window trim, which is specific here for the SE trim level. We've been having military drive around or fly around for the last few days since the Hurricane Milton. It's been an absolute disaster in certain areas here in Florida. This specific area of Port Richey was really more affected during Helene, but Milton still did a little bit of damage all throughout. Anyway, we mentioned the black window trim. I'll take a step back. Hopefully you guys can pick up the side profile on this very elegant looking 2025 Honda Accord. We also get the power moonroof, black shark fin style antenna, all specific for this 2025 Honda Accord 1.5 Turbo SE. With the platinum white pearl metallic paint color, gray interior, $30,560 base price. You guys can pause, take a look at all the standard features. It's surprisingly loaded for a relatively base model. $455 for the platinum white pearl paint, $1,100 bucks to the destination, totaling us out a tick over $32,000, 32 MPGs, 29 in the city, 37 on the highway. Pretty decent value for the money. It's a very spacious, very comfortable and premium feeling sedan at around the $30,000 base price point. We get smart access for the driver and the front passenger, push to open gas cap with easy fill. You can throw 87 octane fuel here for this turbo 4-cylinder, but since the SI recommends 91 for just about the exact same motor, it's just a little bit more high output, I may consider going with 91 if this was my vehicle. We get LED taillights, turn signals, and reverse lights, aluminum Accord badge in the lower left corner. Shout out Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. LED third brake light. We get that black trim above the exhaust tips. They're dual exhaust tips, and since we have the gas model here for this Accord, let's fire up this 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder and hear how she sounds. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 1.5-liter turbo 4-cylinder sold by Honda for the 2025 Accord. And it sounds okay, cranking out 192 horsepower, 192 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a CVT transmission, sending the power to the front wheels. You can expect 0 to 60 in the mid to low or low to mid 7-second range. I believe Car and Driver tested it at 7.3, with the hybrid getting around 6.5. But what you see is basically what we get. We can shut the hood right down. We do not get hydraulic struts on the SE trim level, but it's a really good looking vehicle with the platinum white pearl paint color, the black contrast all throughout. Doesn't look like a $30,000 base price, although it is. Taking a step inside, if we didn't mention, we get blind spot monitoring on the mirrors, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. We'll set the lights back to auto so the car's not yelling at me. Up top, we get soft touch materials, soft touch in the center, aluminum door handle, auto one touch up front, four-way adjustable mirrors, a padded armrest. It's not leather, but it's pretty soft. Solid storage, you'll fit a foot long with no problem, 24-ounce water bottle in front. We don't get the Bose premium audio system, but as you guys can see, you can count them up. We get a ton of speakers all throughout this interior, so the system still sounds really good. We get electric seats, they're just cloth, pretty well bolstered and very comfortable. Soft for the back and bottom portion. You have lumbar control, you can recline, drop, lift, and slide the front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. So foot on the brake, engine start, stop, and everything fires right to life. So for the most part, in the interior, not a whole lot changes compared to the outgoing EX model. The steering wheel is not leather wrapped. The horn area is pretty rubberized. The horn itself, not the loudest or most aggressive. We'll do a window check, see if we get dual panes. Nope, the SE does not get dual pane windows. The higher trims, however, do. We get auto headlamps, no auto rain sensing wipers, volume and skip controls on the left side, voice commands, adjustments for the left side infotainment. You can see everything that's potentially adjusted. On the right side, we get our radar cruise control, lane keep assist, and our adjustments for the right side infotainment, range and fuel, speed and time, driver assistance, seat belts, our maintenance, safety support, no content, and right back where we started. My personal favorite would be the range and fuel. The steering feel, however, is very solid. Honda's been really knocking it out of the park, not only for the steering feel, but also the shape. Solid 10 and 2 and a great 9 and 3. Stocks have a satisfying click to them. We'll press the back screen on the left side, go back to our TAC, which goes to about 6,500 RPM and a 160 mile an hour speedometer. In the center, you have your icon for the Accord. You can see your brake lights, your turn signals as well. Hope you can pick it up on camera. The turn signal indicator up top with traffic sign recognition. Tilt and telescoping steering column, hood latch release, and our trunk release. Hopefully you get a good look at the pedals. Soft touch for the dashboard. The entire dashboard up top is soft touch as well. Just our 7-inch touchscreen. No navigation, but we get Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. I'm not going to mess with it too badly because we don't really have anything potentially available with it, but as we mentioned, the sound system here is surprisingly good. The backup camera, solid resolution, guidance lines, and trajectory with 3 different views. We get a wider view and an over-the-top view, so you can maximize the distance between you and the car behind you. The volume dial has a nice high-quality feel to it. Skip, shortcuts, more of that soft touch material in the center, and some Civic-style air vents, some gunmetal gray in the center for them, and just a very premium feel. We get heated front seats for the SE trim, stitching for the bottom part of the dashboard, our defrosters and vent controls down below with a dual zone climate control. The engine start stop illuminates red when the vehicle is turned on, 2 USB-C ports, solid storage, the gear selector control and the CVT transmission. We get sport and low gear. We will try it out in sport throughout this review. We also get Econ mode, turn off the auto engine start stop, electronic parking brake with brake hold. Just hard plastic for your knee will often hit. The cup holders will fit 24-ounce bottles and a gushy soft armrest. Really comfortable spot for your arm. The glove box is decently spacious. You'll fit 20 license plates, easily fit a pair of shoes in there. The center console space is massive. You're fitting 12 to 16 12-ounce cans in there, and we get an additional 12-volt as well. Sunroof opens up manually. We get a sunglass holder. We can open up the roof, pull it back. The shade opens with the glass, but it's not going to close with the glass. Pretty large opening. We poke our way out of here. You can still see some outer bands from Hurricane Milton, but overall, pretty solid weather today. Sunny and 84 degrees according to this 2025 Honda Accord without a whole lot of wind. The rear view mirror is not frameless or auto dimming. We get SOS, interior bright or interior lights are LED. Cool, we'll leave the shade open so when we hop out back, you guys can see how much light is brought into the cabin. But that's about it for the front seat, at least, for this 2025 Honda Accord SE. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the material. So just hard plastic up top and in the center. But we get a padded armrest, aluminum door handle, no speakers on the rear door. The storage back here, you'll stack 2 6-inch subs on top of each other or fit a big gulp back there. The padding goes all the way out to the door frame for the second row seats, so very couch-like. The legroom looks massive. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall sitting behind my seat settings, And I still have about 7-8 inches of knee room, headroom. With the cutout, I have about 1.5 inches. So if you're under 6'6", 6'7", I think you'll fit comfortably in the back of an Accord. We get air vents too, that's an appreciated touch. 2 USB-C ports, hump for the exhaust system. We get a mat pocket behind the passenger seat, nothing behind the driver, solid light brought into the cabin, interior lights, LED. The center cubby, we can jab our hand in here, pretty soft cloth, you'll fit 24-ounce water bottles. We don't get a hook for the passenger side grab handle, but we do get one on the driver's side. Taking a step out of here, we can check out the cargo space and then take this 2025 Accord out for the drive. Hopefully you guys can pick up the sparkles here on this platinum white pearl paint color. Definitely one of the nicer looking white metallics out on the road today. Behind the Honda badge, we get a hydraulic chute for the lift gate, but it's not going to close for you, just open. The opening is massive back here. Compared to the Civic, it's not that much larger, but it is larger nevertheless. The wheel wells, they're a little bit farther forward, so I would expect you to fit 3 golf bags horizontally. You'll fit another 2 diagonally. The wheel wells, the opening is large. I'd expect you to fit a 60-inch TV through that opening. The floor is low. We'll see if we get any secret storage here with this gas model. A little bit with our Fix-A-Flat and Donut out underneath. I like this all-weather floor mat too. Very nice cargo area, spacious for the back seat. All very good value for around the $30,000 base price point. But you take a step back here, walk around this 2025 Accord SE one more time. For a relatively base model at around the $30,000 price point, I think this is a really good looking vehicle. You get really all the options and features that you could possibly want or need. It doesn't get the upgraded audio system, doesn't get a leather wrapped steering wheel, but outside of those 2 features, which I'm sure are available on every trim above this, maybe not for the gas model though, but anyway, let's take this 2025 Honda Accord 1.5 Turbo SE out for a drive and see what it's got. All right guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the all-new 2025 Honda Accord SE. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. Starting it off in normal drive mode. Throttle is not super sensitive. The SI, the Civic Si we just reviewed, definitely has a more sensitive throttle response even with the manual transmission. But to be expected, it's a sportier, more high output variant of this 1.5 liter turbo. We will try it out in sport mode. Maybe that will sharpen up the throttle up. I'm sure it will, but maybe not enough to really compete with the Civic Si. The brakes feel great. The steering feels sharp and direct. We can take a step out here, lean into it about 3rd throttle. Boost. Ooh. Yeah, I mean, this thing gets up and goes. Boost kicks in and the speedometer starts climbing. And with these 17-inch wheels and thicker sidewall tires, the ride quality is fantastic. Although we only have single pane windows, it's really quiet in here. We're not going very quickly. I'm sure once we take it out on a multiple lane highway, we'll hear a little bit more wind noise, but I'm telling you, this is a quiet vehicle for the money. And considering a lot of the competition, such as like the Toyota Camry, is no longer even available in a gas power plant, this Accord is really starting to have a market of its own. I know a lot of people really prefer having the hybrid's fuel economy, but considering recalls at the moment and considering the reliability that this gas power plant has over that hybrid, I think I see the value here, even though it's a little bit less fuel efficient. Still getting over 30 mpgs. About half throttle. Yeah, good torque. Feels really solid. At a little bit higher speeds, still don't hear anything. The tire noise is also incredibly limited with these Hankook all seasons. Doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this thing moving uphill. We try it out in the sport mode, see if the steering changes up. Yeah, it actually does change a little bit. The transmission automatically raises the revs for the ratios. It's not actual gears here on the CVT. And through the turn, yeah, you do feel a little bit more through the wheel. It's not a drastic difference, but it is a noticeable difference. Ride quality is the same. Sport mode does not affect the suspension. Real world turning radius test. Pretty large sedan, but also pretty sharp. Throttle is more sensitive. This is about 3rd throttle, and you definitely get more of that boost right away. Through the turn, yeah, sport mode feels solid. Very quiet too. You don't get that artificial induction noise here on the Accord that you get on the Civic Si. We're not going to try out low gear, of course, but sport mode, makes a pretty decent difference. We can take it out of sport. I'm sure 99% of Accord owners will be driving in normal mode 99% of the time. So let's leave it there. Steering does get a little bit lighter, but it still feels pretty sharp and direct. We can throw it in a little bit quicker than we should, see how the handling is. Brakes feel good. Throwing it in, sharp, good body roll. A little bit of lag, but it gets up and goes fine as soon as you're out of the corner. We can take a step out here, open her up a little bit more. Steering still feels great on the gas. This is all it's got right here. And it's pretty good. Typical Honda style, it feels like it's got a second life when you cross about 5,000 RPM, which is not something you get from most turbocharged power plants. I can see a mid 7-second 0 to 60, which is quick. Doesn't take a lot of throttle to keep this thing moving at highway speeds, and even at higher speeds, you're not really hearing any wind noise. It's a little bit more compared to the hybrid models, because the hybrid models get the dual pane windows, but it's still very quiet. We can try one out off the line, and I'll catch right back with you. All right, guys, offline on the gas, boost. Yep, feels pretty good. There's somebody crossing the road, great timing. But hopefully you can pick up the performance here. It's surprisingly good. We could try out a real world turning radius test. We'll open her up a little bit more, not full throttle, but regular daily acceleration, and I'll catch right back with you. All right, guys, real world turning radius sharp, about 1/3 throttle. Yeah, the CVT holds those revs and it feels really smooth and a really consistent feeling acceleration process. Overall, if you guys are looking for the most premium and most spacious way into a gas-only powered midsize sedan with features, you don't like shiny chrome, you prefer the black contrast, I think you're looking at an unbelievable value around the $30,000 base price point. You could probably pick one of these up around $35,000 out the door, and it's a good value. It doesn't get 45 plus MPGs like the hybrid will, but it's also not going to be getting recalls like the hybrid will. If you're looking for a more reliable, still efficient, still comfortable, spacious, great looking midsize sedan, I would 1000% recommend checking out the 2025 Honda Accord SE. And a big thanks to Alex and the rest of the management and staff here at Ocean Honda in Port Richey, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to our inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Port Richey, Tampa, Clearwater area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out. And as for Alex, and a huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you want to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.